Excuse me. Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Um, my apologies, truth in advertising. I have been a bit under the weather because of my own stupidity. I have a retaining wall at the red brick house that's crumbling to the point where there's a break in it, and there's a tree about so big growing out of it. And I decided I was going to go through and take off this section of it, take it down, get it down to the original foundation, put rebar into it, and tie it into, get a cement truck out there and pour it in. And on Sunday and Monday, I was working on doing just that. Well, it turns out the damn tree was a poison sumac tree, and I used a sawzall to cut it and basically aerated the oils on it, which got around my eyes, and my eyes in the morning when I wake up are swollen closed, and my hands are feeling like the Elephant Man, and they're real tight, and I'm having a hard time seeing, so I haven't been able to sit at the computer and do a lot of stuff. In fact, I went to the doctor and got a shot in my ass that felt like I had fire ants going down my leg and things, and got me on some medication that hopefully will help turn it around. So bear with me. But this is about the right time to have some crazy shit happen. There's some bad tornadoes, I think, in Bismarck right now. So sending prayers to everybody. This weather has just been crazy. For us, today's like the first day we haven't had rain in like forever. We have been soggy with rain, and it's been cool. Well, when I've been talking about it being cool, well, I think we're supposed to be over 100 the next couple of days, starting on Monday. So, be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. The heat is definitely coming around. Be that as it may, we all love watching football, and we love the great hits. I remember when they used to have the segment, He Got Jacked Up. You remember? It was like the 5 biggest hits of the week. He got jacked up. And we celebrated those hits. Seeing the guys literally seeing blue dots. And I don't know if you've ever played football. We used to joke about seeing blue dots. You weren't a football player until you've gotten hit or hit somebody so hard that you literally see blue spots. And we didn't know any better back in the day. I saw, after my live stream tonight, Drew Brees, who's younger than me, who talks about when he throws football in the backyard with his kids, he has to do it with his left arm. From so many injuries, he's got arthritis and a degenerated shoulder, and he can't throw a football with it. And it was just a few years ago that he was still playing. I remember, I think it was around 2013, at the time Brad Johnson was 44 years old. That's 14 years younger than me. And he was talking in this interview about his quality of life. He played for 17 years and took a lot of abuse. That when he goes down the stairs, he has to go 1 foot, 1 step, 1 foot, 1 step. He doesn't walk. I sometimes my knees are like that, and I have to do that myself. And he was talking about his dad had come in for a visit, and he told his son to get his dad's bag because he says Grandpa walks slow. And his son turned to him and said, "Dad, he walks just like you." So when you start thinking about what happens to a lot of these players, the CTE, the knee injuries and things, and I think about, a Dak having a hamstring pulled off the bone, and having a ankle that's literally been snapped off. You think about having pins in your thumbs. What is your quality of life for a lot of these guys that have played for all these years after 50? See, next weekend is the second CSA show of the season. The first show was always the younger guys. You know, we saw CD, we saw Micah Parsons and guys and things like that. The younger players. Typically, the second show, like two, is more of the legends. But what's happening is you're seeing less and less of the legends that show up. And I've seen Rayfield Wright. I've seen, who's going with this? Drew Pearson, Randy White, Bob Lilly, some of the greatest Cowboy players of all time. But you're beginning to see less and less of those guys. Guys like Charlie Waters, whose health was declining. Rayfield Wright, I thought he was in the best shape. I thought he could still play, and it was 6 months later he passed away. But when you see a lot of these guys, the Randy Whites and things, you realize the amount of toll that's going on the body. Charles Haley. Charles is 2 years, a year older than I am. He's 61. I'll be 60 come October. He was a senior when I was a sophomore. He's only a year older than me. And not that I'm trying to say I look good. I don't. I look old. I damn sure look 60. But I look at Charles and know that he's had 2 knee joints replaced, had back injuries that shortened his career. And you look at that and say, you're giving up a lot for that game. And I want people to remember that when we watch these guys out there and we say they're a bum or they're a punk ass biatch and things like that, that they're doing things out there that you couldn't fathom. The pain that they go through on a daily basis. The amount of work they have to do to get back out on the field. It's miraculous, some of the things that you see. Seeing a clip of Overshown, who 6 months ago tore his ACL, his MCL, and his PCL, and seeing him in here sidestepping like crazy. They're unbelievable human beings that have unbelievable desire. And that goes for all of it. You may look at it and say, oh man, he's a bum on practice squad. Bro, how many people on the planet ever make an NFL roster, much less a practice squad? Less than 3,000 people a year out of how many billions of people? And they do this for our entertainment. I've gotten a lot of flack because I talked about like Tariq Hill being married and having 5 baby mamas in 1 year, Diggs having 7 baby mamas and things. Talked about Travis Hunter and his girlfriend, and spending $400,000 for a G-Wagon for her as a wedding gift. The reason I say this and talk about that stuff, I know the players aren't going to listen to me. They look at me and say, look at you broke ass, man. You an old dude. You ain't never played the NFL. You don't know about my life and what I got and all this, that, and the other. But I say this because the success stories are the Troy Aikmans, the Tony Romos, that have careers after football. But that's few and far between. A lot of the guys that I go see at those autograph signing shows, they never made that kind of money. And they had people that literally feasted off the money that they did make. A lot of the guys are down and out. And a lot of them just didn't know what was life after football. It's a tough sport. And when they're done with you, they're done with you. And when those lights go out, they really go out. Keep that in mind as you all talk about these players. I salute them. I salute every single one of them that has the guts to go out on that field and give it their all. And that's why I always go to the autograph signing shows. See D Ware. I'll see Charles Haley. And I'll go see Gary Clark, former JMU Duke. Another one of the greatest JMU Duke players in our history. And that's all I have to say about that. 31 days till training camp starts for this new generation. The question will be is, how good will this team be? Will they take a few steps forward and get closer, or will they take a big leap? Your guess is as good as mine. And we're going to have to stay tuned to find that one out. Happy birthday to Aisha Robinson. And Rhonda's birthday was last weekend. Happy birthday, of course, to her. And remember, good people, tell the people you love how much you love them. Life is short, and life is precious. And you never know what's around the corner that changes everything for you. I love you guys. And God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow.